Okay, Andy, can you confirm if you can see my slide?
Yes, can.
Okay,
and it's recording.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Today is going to be quite loaded with a lot of information. I just want to make sure that that we understand every aspect of the macro and the micro perspective of the market. So I'm going to just guide you through and help you to understand. I will say, right, this month is a very, very crucial month for Bitcoin, especially. And also, right, when I say Bitcoin, okay, all coins is included because 90% of the alternate coins or coins, okay, all coins are actually paired with Bitcoin. So that's the reason why when Bitcoin price, okay, goes up, the certain alternate coin will follow. When Bitcoin price comes down, it follows because a lot of the exchanges, right? Remember, the alternate coins are actually paired with Bitcoin. All right. So that's the reason why you can see that in years, okay, like for example, like 2 or 3 years ago, all the exchanges tried to unpair Bitcoin. So they don't want to pair Bitcoin with their coin. They pair Bitcoin with USDT. They pair Bitcoin with Ethereum because they want to decouple Bitcoin. Okay, but nevertheless, right, no matter what is going on, the whole crypto space, okay, is basically influenced by the movement of Bitcoin. So you need to understand that in the first place. That's the reason why I don't have to do analysis for other coins. I just have to do analysis for Bitcoin, and based on Bitcoin direction, based on Bitcoin understanding, you will be able to see how it is going to impact and influence the rest of the coin, right? So that is important for us to understand if you are going to be part of this industry. And remember, the crypto space is too dynamic. It changes every single second. Even while we are talking now, things are changing, right? The price is changing. Everything is changing. It is too dynamic. Right? It is too dynamic. So I want you to understand that. So today I would like to welcome each and every one of you. Thank you for coming on board. We couldn't have the meeting last week due to some unforeseen circumstances here. All right. But today I'm back here. So we're going to make sure that we continue, okay, hold this weekly AMA meetup so that you will be able to get these broader insights into the market. Now let's just move on first, okay. Let me just move on. The first thing I want to cover, okay, as I always do weekly, is to give you an understanding of the crypto, okay, or the economy aspects of the macro and also the micro perspective. And I call this as a hypothesis because this is an educated guesses, okay. Now, we don't want to make guesses alone without data, okay. All educated guesses must be actually substantiated, okay, with relevant data and information, all right, because all these things must substantiate towards where the direction is actually moving. So let's just look at some of these macro and micro hypotheses, and then I'm going to show to you my understanding, okay, or some summary about where the market is moving. Okay, now please understand the keyword here is hypothesis, okay, it's an educated guesses, okay, there is nothing perfect here, so please understand that, okay. So you have to do your own due diligence, taking this information. You may want to do your own due diligence to understand further, okay, what is going on in the market so that you can then make your own decision, okay. So please understand that. Now, there are few important, okay, events that has actually taken place this month of March. I don't know, okay, it looks like this month is the most accelerated month because a lot of things are happening this month, all right? So we just had, okay, last week, crypto executive order. All right, so this is where basically, okay, Biden actually signed an executive order. Now, I don't know how the rest of the people look into this, okay? Although, yes, the crypto space welcomed this order, all right? They were very happy. And I remember that during this period of time, Bitcoin price actually shoot up a little bit, all right? But I have a doubt here, okay? And this is just my personal opinion, all right? Now, please understand, when the crypto space start to accept certain things, right? That simply means, okay, this could be a trap, all right? This could be a trap. Why did I say that it's a trap? Because now, please understand, okay, US is creating their own digital dollar. This is what we call a centralized CBDC, okay, central bank digital currency. Now, if the central bank is going to create their own currency, all right, so they need to come out with a certain executive order. Now, this order, okay, is also going to basically pull in so many people, okay, into this order, and now the exchanges, okay, the taxation and all these things, right, has to be regulated. All right. So now, what is going to happen now is that, remember, okay, Bitcoin is a decentralized technology. All right, and the rest of the currency or the rest of the coins, most of them are a centralized currency. So if you have a digital currency, okay, a digital dollar, for example, the digital dollar is a centralized. It is not decentralized. Please understand that. So to understand that clearly, you look at what is happening in China. China already have digital yuan. So digital yuan is completely centralized in order to track all the movement of money. All right. So that simply means any amount of dollars, digital dollar or digital yuan that you hold in your wallet is 100% custodial, okay, of the government. So the government is fully in control of that. So in this manner, the government will be able to track, they'll be able to understand your net worth and all those things, right? And everything is going to be linked back to the taxation, to the control, to the regulatories, to the legislation, and so on. All right. So you need to understand, okay, this is important. So this is probably something I'm seeing beyond than what most people are looking at the current executive order that is taking place. Because the only way to get the people in is not to fight them. It's actually to open up this door so big, right? So big so that everybody will agree and actually come into it, right? So please understand, this could probably be a centralization trap, okay? A centralization trap for the government to take control, to actually start to monitor and track what is really happening in the crypto space itself, right? So please take note. Now, later on, I'm going to help you to relate, okay, what is really taking place from a bigger context. That's why I call this as a macro perspective itself, right? So please take note. So now the whole, okay, scenario or narrative of the regulators, they are talking about anti-money laundering, they are talking about counter-terrorism financing, illicit activities, and so on, okay? Now, please understand, guys, this can only happen with Bitcoin, okay? It cannot happen with any other centralized currency because centralized currency can be actually monitored and tracked down. But even if you use Bitcoin, please understand, it is not really anonymous if you are going through the exchanges, okay? Because we're going to have another, okay, issue here, or another problem here that is going to be created very, very soon. Because once the executive order goes out, all the exchanges will be 100% regulated. All the wallet will become custodial wallet. All right, so and all this wallet has to actually perform KYC, okay, which I will explain to you very, very shortly. I just want you to get this whole picture first, okay? So we had the crypto executive order last week, okay? Fantastic. The whole crypto space enjoy it and they love it, all right? Now this is another, okay? Another, I will say another bomb here, okay? Come on, okay? Today is actually the 15th. That simply means tomorrow is the 16th, right? Tomorrow is the 16th. Now, when I say 15 here is an Asian market, okay? So that simply means in US now it's probably 15 morning, right? So we're talking about 16, okay, in US, okay? Please take note, Eastern time. Now, the Federal Reserve, okay, is going to meet up this week and expected, okay, they're going to basically, they're going to basically raise the interest rate by 0.25 basis point, okay? Now, this is going to be probably one of the biggest event anyone in crypto space is waiting for, because if they're going to raise the interest rate, now please understand, okay, why would the central bank, okay, why would the Fed wants to raise the interest rate? The only reason being is because inflation is currently beyond controllable. It is, I believe, okay, yes, we are hearing them based on the current CPI is about 7.9%, okay, the inflation. But inflation can go up to close to probably 10%. So in order to curb the inflation, they have to raise the interest rate. But let me ask you a question, right? Why does inflation happen in the first place? Inflation happened because of uncontrollable printing of money. That's all. So when you have, okay, uncontrollable printing of money, right? And this is actually has raised, okay, the inflation rate. And now, in order for them to curb the inflation, they have to strengthen the interest rate. Now, the biggest question is that by raising the interest rate, right, what is going to happen to Bitcoin price? That is the biggest. So now, if there is a uncontrollable supply of money, Bitcoin price goes up, right? Because remember, Bitcoin is a deflationary tool. It's not inflationary. So the fiat money, okay, US dollar is actually inflationary. Bitcoin is deflationary. So when you got more supply of money or you got more printing of money, so what happened? Bitcoin price goes up. So when you got less, if Federal Reserve is going to stop printing the money and they're going to raise the interest rate, then what is going to happen to Bitcoin? Now, this is very important to understand. Now, has Federal Reserve raised interest rate before? Yes. The last time they did was 2008. All right. So please understand, in 2008, when they raised the interest rate, there was not much of the money that is being printed. But after 2008 economic crisis, we see there is more supply of money because there is more printing of money. All right. So now just imagine, right? What is going to happen? This is going to be probably, okay, one of the most anticipated event. And I'm waiting for this because after the 16th, give yourself another 1 or 2 weeks, because after 1 or 2 weeks, we might actually see, okay, a tsunami probably when it comes to the price of Bitcoin. And I think some of you saw my video in my YouTube channel, Wealth Makers Alliance, where I'm actually predicting Bitcoin to at least go to 25,000. All right, it can even go further than that, because we are not only talking about the federal rate raising interest rate at this moment, because we have other factors that are actually contributing, all right, to this to affecting or influencing the price of Bitcoin itself, right? So please take note. Now, the third thing is that recently, okay, I believe that you have heard EU Parliament actually backtracks on ban, okay, on Bitcoin proof of work. Now, the EU, okay, the European Union actually looking at how they can ban Bitcoin. The reason being is that they are talking about sustainability. They're talking about environmental. And when they look into Bitcoin, Bitcoin is the only proof of work. And when you talk about proof of work, okay, we are not talking about proof of stake, okay, POS. All right, we are talking about proof of work because most of the coin, okay, coin economy is basically a proof of stake, not a proof of work. Bitcoin is the only original proof of work, and proof of work requires a lot of energy, especially mining. All right, so this is important. So, but what happened is that, okay, what happened is that they actually backtracked. They have backtracked on this ban, okay, and currently at this moment, right, everything is back on track. Okay, instead of banning, actually they go back on track because they are talking. They shouldn't just looking into the sustainability of the environment. They also have to look into the creativity, the innovation, and so on. Okay, and because of that, I believe that during this voting, actually more people voted to backtrack on this ban. Okay, so this is a good news. I will say this is a good news for Bitcoin, or else, right? Just imagine if Bitcoin was banned, all right. So and proof of work is no longer approved. So what is going to happen with the mining activities and all those things? All how are they going to go into most sustainable way of actually maintaining the Bitcoin networks? Okay, so this is another important aspect that I want you to understand. Now, the other thing that I'm actually a little bit surprised is that Estonia is known as a blockchain hub. So companies that want to set up their blockchain related company, anything related with cryptocurrencies, will actually go into Estonia to actually set up a digital or what we call a virtual company. You don't really need a physical office. You can actually set up a virtual company over there. Now, this is, I would say, another big, okay, a big impact probably coming into the industry very, very soon. As I mentioned to you guys, the regulators, FinCEN and SEC, they're all working towards one effort, how they can actually curb, how they can actually paralyze Bitcoin. Okay, so please take note of that. And one of the powerful way, or one of the way they are trying, is actually the regulatory aspects of it. Okay, which I believe, okay, Bitcoin cannot be regulated. Okay, please understand, because it is completely decentralized. So I think the regulators have to understand that in the first place. Okay, but they probably can only regulate the exchanges, they can regulate the institution, all right, they can regulate the corporate bodies, but they cannot regulate Bitcoin itself. Okay, so please understand that. So there's going to be an upcoming anti-money laundering regulatory taking effect for the cryptocurrency industry. All right, so which means that any company, okay, that is going to set up their corporations or their institutions, or they want to have, now they have to actually comply to the anti-money laundering regulatory. And not only that, they cannot now have a virtual company anymore. They have to be physically present in Estonia. All right, so that's basically what is going to happen. So you can see tightening, the more tightenings, okay, are coming into the crypto space. All right, and this is definitely going to bring about a lot more impact, okay, a lot more I will say backlash, okay, into the regulatories, into those governments and so on, okay, which I believe it is going to happen very, very soon. Now, apart from that, okay, please also understand we have the custodial wallet and non-custodial wallet. Now, most people in the crypto space don't really understand what is going on. Now, I remember in probably 2 years back, 2020, FinCEN has proposed requiring all the exchanges to collect and report KYC information on unhosted wallet for transaction up to $10,000. All right, now just imagine, right? If all those transactions, anything above, okay, 10,000, and I believe that they have revised it to probably 3,000. All right, 3,000. So just imagine if all this transaction, which is 3,000 and more, has to done KYC, that simply means, right, there is no more decentralization. It is 100% centralization. All right. Now, please understand, when you talk about Bitcoin, for example, right, we have what we call a non-custodial wallet and custodial wallet. Now, if you store your Bitcoin in the exchanges, example, Binance, Coinbase, Huobi, all these are basically custodial wallet. What does that mean? That means you don't have a private key. Your private key is held by the exchanges. So they are in 100% control of your asset. Please understand that. Now, if the exchanges are 100% in control of your asset, and if the exchanges are regulated by the government, that simply means the government can freeze all your asset overnight. Okay, let me repeat that once again, right? So this is where the regulation is going, guys. So all the exchanges now, can you see that? All the exchanges have to be regulated, because that is the only way the government can have a 100% control of the custodian wallet. All right. Now, so this is where I am always advocating about Bitcoin, and I'm always advocating about using a decentralized wallet. So when we talk about decentralized wallet, you may be saying, right, oh, I have an Exodus wallet. Exodus is a decentralized wallet. Let me tell you something, guys. Yes, it can be a decentralized and you have your own private key. But let me ask you something. Where does all these exchanges actually hosted? They can be hosted in a centralized server. They can be hosted in Amazon server and so on. So please understand, even those servers are not decentralized server. Those servers can be a centralized servers. All right. So please understand, although yes, when you have a non-custodial wallet, such as probably you have a Trust wallet, you have a Exodus wallet, you have a Ledger Nano, you have a Trezor, all these are basically non-custodial wallet. All right, where you have the private key 100%. So you control your assets. But in terms of the server, where does all these exchanges or these wallets are actually, where the servers are actually, so this is another aspect of it that I want you to also understand, right? So now, just look at the whole thing, right? So the regulatory aspect is going to come really hard. Now, all these things is going to basically put a lot of pressure to Bitcoin price. That's why I believe, all right, we can actually see a more difficult terrain for Bitcoin, okay, as we go on. Because imagine if the exchanges are going to, if the regulatory are going to get the exchanges to do KYC, how many people want to transact higher number of Bitcoin? All right, how many people? So most people probably want to hold that Bitcoin. Right? So, and if more people hold, that is great. Okay, that is probably good in a way that Bitcoin price can go up. So we will never know what is really going to happen here. Or people will say, okay, I'm just fed up with this thing. I don't want to get involved. I just want to go for a for a digital dollar or centralized currency that is created by the government, because I don't want to have any problem with regulatories and so on. Can you see that? So this is what I believe. Okay, this is how things are going to play out. Okay, so please understand that. Now, the other shocking news that we have just heard, okay, I think probably past few days, is that Shenzhen, okay, Shenzhen actually have already done a full lockdown. Okay, this is due to the COVID situation, and I think the COVID situation is getting out of control, okay, in Shenzhen, and this is actually impacting a lot on the Asia market, and we have seen how, okay, the stock market, the Asian stock market actually collapsed. Okay, a lot of the stock market were actually closed and so on. Now, this is going to actually going to have a huge impact, okay, because please understand, Shenzhen is the heart of the manufacturing. Now imagine if the heart of the manufacturing is closed, okay, and this is going to be a real big issue to a lot of this manufacturing company. All right, so this is another area that we need to really watch, okay, because this COVID situation, remember, exactly yesterday was the day where COVID happened, which is 2 years ago. And remember, 2 years ago, Bitcoin price actually dropped all the way to $3,500. All right, so is this really playing out? What is really going on? Okay, so this is some of the area that I want you to understand, because that's the reason why I'm giving you a macro perspective. I hope you are blessed. Okay, I hope you are blessed. If you are blessed, probably you want to write down something in the chat room. All right, please put something. Okay, and let us know if you are really blessed with this information, because you might not be able to find this kind of information that you can correlate and understand a bigger perspective of where the market is. Okay, I don't want to put fear into you, but I want you to be able to actually digest this information and understand where are we in the macro perspective, so that you can then put the micro perspective and understand what needs to be done with your own assets and so on. Okay, this is very, very important. Now, the other thing is that because of the geopolitical tension between Russia and Ukraine, now we are seeing another huge, okay, now imagine, right, imagine the last time the oil price hit about 120 per barrel was in 2008. That is 14 years ago, my friend. And today it is playing out before us what we have seen in 2008. Now remember, anytime oil hits, okay, as at this price, remember in 2008 oil hit about 140 per barrel, and thereafter we had a recession. So now we are hitting the same, okay, about 120 per barrel. Is recession at hand? That's the question now. So you can see, all right, you can see, guys, things are not really getting well with the economic situation. We are probably already in recession and heading towards a greater disaster when it comes to the whole financial of this world. All right, so I just want you to understand that. Now, when oil price starts to increase, all right, it actually increased inflation and reduced the economic growth. So in terms of inflation, now the Federal Reserve is going to have a big problem here. That's why tomorrow is going to be a very, very significant day, because with the price of oil going up and with Federal Reserve idea to raise the interest rate, how are they going to juggle all this issue that is currently taking place? All right. Now, when the oil price starts to go up, remember, most of the products are made of petroleum. All right, and it actually directly affects the costs such as transportation, manufacturing, heatings, and all those things. All right, so if you look, right, it might even cost more to heat your home, right? If you are in UK or you are in Europe, remember, you need gas, right? You need gas to actually heat up, especially during the winter. And then the food shop, okay, it could cost more because of the transportation, supply chain. The wheat price has already doubled. The mortgage payment may rise because bank will start to raise the interest rate due to the inflation. Can you see that? So US inflation already expected to rise close to 10%. Metal-related product, aluminium cars, aluminium cans, okay, the cans that you are drinking, the car component, such as nickel used in lithium batteries. No. Now, can you see why Elon Musk is so disturbed? Can you see why Elon Musk is going after Russia? And why is supporting Ukraine? Because of this, right? Remember, all these cars-related product, all these batteries, okay, most of these are coming from Russia, guys. All right. Now, look into the airline industry today. They have already actually increased the oil surcharge, right? Oil surcharge fees is going to go up. This is going to make travel more and more difficult. Not everyone can travel. Only the rich can actually travel. And probably most people will start to use their own private jets instead using commercial airlines and so on, right? So Now just look at all this situation taking place. Okay, I hope you are not scared. Okay, but I hope with all this information and insight, you will be prepared. Okay, you will be prepared. That's the reason why we need a hedging, right? We need to hedge against the inflation. We need to hedge against the recession. We need to hedge against the weakening of the dollars. We need to hedge against all these things. Okay, that's why Elon Musk, okay, mentioned recently that people have to have physical assets, right, such as property or stocks. And also, right, he actually mentioned that he will rather just hold, okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on. Okay, so these are just some of the insights that we are hearing from people in those rank or those places. Okay, now, so Bitcoin dropped, okay, and the US stock futures, okay, you can see that Bitcoin actually dropped, and stock futures, okay, nursed losses as interest rate derivative trader expect. Okay, now if you can see that, okay, basically, right, we have seen how Bitcoin price actually came down. Okay, just recently too, we see the price came down. Sorry. All right, now let me just sorry, where are we? Okay, so I think yesterday I published this information in our Telegram group. All right, so what am I seeing here? Okay, what are basically the potential uptrend and downtrend? Okay, so let's just understand what is going on. So if you look, all right, first of all, okay, please understand. If you look at this yellow, okay, at this yellow, Bitcoin is repeatedly rejected at 39,000. So every time, okay, you can see every time Bitcoin goes down, it comes up and get rejected at the 39,000. All right. So this is what I'm mentioning, right? Every time Bitcoin goes down, it goes up to 39, but it gets rejected. So it's keep testing. All right. You can see it has actually been keep testing for days. Okay, for days, Bitcoin has been moving on the sideway. Okay, so that's the reason why, right? Most of you will get frustrated, right? I think probably this 1 week or 2 weeks, right? You get so frustrated because you are not able to see profit taking, okay, from the scene strategy because it is moving sideways. So when things are moving sideways, right, you can really get frustrated. So the reason being is that Bitcoin is also moving sideways. That's how I told you, right? Most of these coins actually are correlated, okay, because it is paired with Bitcoin. So now, if what we are looking at for the upside target, if Bitcoin can actually break, if Bitcoin can break the 39,000, okay, the next target is 42,000. All right, this could be a potential target if Bitcoin can break. Now, please understand there are more resistance upward. So it will not be that easy for Bitcoin to break unless there is huge money flow. All right, huge volume of buyers. So if there is no buyers, okay, at this moment, I think the buyer sentiment are actually not that good. Okay, so the buyers may not really want to buy Bitcoin because buyers are moving into gold and silver. So you can see buyers' behavior are changing. Okay, buyers are removing a lot of their crypto assets from the exchanges. All right, so at this moment, we have more outflow than inflow. All right, so please understand that. Now, if we can get Bitcoin up to 42K, this will be a huge news because thereafter Bitcoin can go probably to 50,000. All right, but if Bitcoin is still struggling at 39, 40,000, then we could probably see a downside target at around 37,000 and potentially lower. All right, now if 37,000 doesn't hold, if the Federal Reserve raise the interest rate and with coupled with all the other factors, and I think that it could really become messy for Bitcoin. We could probably see Bitcoin hitting down all the way to 25,000 or even much lower at $15,000. All right. So I just want you to be prepared, guys. So now some of you will say, all right, so if this is the situation, what are we supposed to do if we're going to scene strategy? I will cover that in the recommendation section later on, and I explain to you what you can do. All right, and some of you probably, right, if you really want to have a risk management, you may want to say, okay, all right, in this case, right, I don't want to sing at all. I will just wait for the price to actually go down all the way, and then I will sell. So, but the problem is that when will it go down? How will you know that it's already at the bottom? All right, see, no one knows about this kind of information. It is difficult to decipher the market and understand about all this information, when Bitcoin can bottom, when Bitcoin can actually go all-time high. No one knows about it. So that's the reason why, okay? Just wait for me. Let me explain to you what are those recommended strategy that you can deploy, okay? So that you can start to make profit while you actually understand the risk management of the market itself, all right? So I hope you are blessed, okay? This is the macro perspective of the economic situation. And this economic situation is something that no one has expected that will happen in 2022. And I will say, right, this is indeed a year of divine acceleration. Everything is accelerating so fast. Just imagine, we are just the first quarter of the year, and we are seeing so many things that even most of us cannot really digest, okay? So now, this is the first quarter. What is going to happen in the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter will be a chain reaction of what is happening in the first quarter. So please, guys, make sure put your finance in order, all right? Make sure, even, right, people say, oh, I have to save more money. Come on. Look at what happened to Russian ruble. Russian ruble crashed overnight by 30%. Am I right? So just imagine if you have a saving, right? And if the whole monetary value dropped by 30 or 50% overnight, you're going to wake up as a poor person. Can you see that? Imagine, right? The rich, the filthy rich, the Russian oligarchs and so on, they were saying that they actually have put money for their children, they have put aside money, they have saved money for their wife and so on. Now, imagine all those things become so immaterial when the price actually comes down, when the value of rubles, when the value of Russian dollar comes down, no matter what saving you have, it is completely immaterial. All right. So that's the reason why, where do you want to save? Do you want to hold cash, or do you want to hold cash, or do you want to hold property, or do you want to hold, okay, even Bitcoin is considered as property, right? So please understand. So this is so important, okay, because most people don't have understanding about what is money, what is economic, and so on, right? So you need to at least understand what needs to be done, because bank is not the answer, saving will not be the answer, guys, because all these things, right, because of the war, because of the geopolitical situation, because of the sanction that is taking place, overnight the bank can actually lock all your money. All right, they will not allow you to take even a single cent out. Can you see that? Because the bank will save their own self first before they will even save any one of you, right? So please understand that. So I hope you are blessed, okay, with this insight. This is a macro perspective of the market. I hope you are blessed with this information, okay? So it's good to be able to see your chat, how you see this whole perspective, if this would add significant value into your decision making, okay, as you are coming into the market. Now, let me tell you something. Those of you who are new into the crypto market, this is your biggest opportunity ever. Just imagine, right? If Bitcoin already 100,000, you might be too late to come in, right? Now imagine if Bitcoin can go down all the way to 20,000 or 15,000. This is your biggest opportunity to actually start to accumulate Bitcoin. All right? I can tell you honestly, okay? Because most people would have missed this opportunity because they bought when it was high. So this is your probably your lifetime opportunity, and probably this could be the last time ever anyone can buy Bitcoin at $20,000 or $30,000. All right. So I hope in the midst of all these problems, right, this can become a blessing. Okay, a blessing in disguise. Okay, please understand that. So you have to be really smart how to take advantage, because a lot of the institutions are holding Bitcoin. So the good news is this. Elon Musk is still holding his Bitcoin. He's not going to sell it. But the biggest hodlers of Bitcoin is Michael Saylor. All right, please understand that. Grayscale, they are the biggest holder, 125,000. Okay, Bitcoin. Okay, so just imagine, why would this institution hold that much of Bitcoin? Because they saw a future. All right, they saw a future. So that is the good news. So you don't have to be threatened. You don't have to be basically moved by this and say, okay, I'm going to sell everything. No, the rich are still holding on to it, because they know that people like you and me will sell it, and they're going to buy, and then they're going to actually move the price up all the way, right? So please understand that. Now, let's move on to the next segment. All right, the next segment is, I want to quickly cover the principle of quantitative trading, because we still have people coming into the sin strategy, not understanding what is quantitative trading. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, guys, risk is an absence of knowing. If you don't know what you are getting involved, that is risk. All right, that is risk. Risk is not about losing money. Losing money is actually the effect of the risk. All right, you need to know what you are getting involved. Okay, so we still have people questioning, why is it that my Binance value the spot wallet is keep reducing? See, that simply means they don't understand what they are getting involved. All right, they don't know what they're actually getting involved. Okay, so this is important. They just listen to somebody and they just come in and put their money, and that somebody showed them their affiliate income, and they thought that is a trading income, and that is how these people are cheated. Okay, I hope you are not the one. Okay, I hope you are not the one. So that's the reason why I want to make sure you understand. Okay, I want to run through this very quickly, help you to understand how quantitative trading principle works, so that before you even start to change strategy, you have the expectation and you understand how this whole thing works. Now please understand. Okay, the essential principles of the board is basically to buy low and sell high. Now, you might be saying, right, okay, the board is going to buy low and sell high. How does this going to happen? Now, please understand, okay, this is not what it meant, okay, when it comes to the quantitative trading. It doesn't mean that the board will buy low and then sell high, and then the board will wait until it goes down and buy again. No, it doesn't happen in that way, all right, because quantitative trading algorithm works differently, all right? So let me explain to you how it works. Now, please understand, if you are hodler, okay, H-O-D-L, okay, hodl. So if you are human, you start to hodl, right? So when you hodl, what do? You will buy low and you will sell high. So let's say, for example, right, currently Bitcoin is 37,000. So what will you do? You might want to buy at 37,000, and then you will hold, okay, you will hodl until, okay, the price hit a certain target, let's say 50,000. Or the price hit double, let's say 60,000, and then you will actually sell and you take that profit, right? So that is how it works when humans are hodling. But when the board is trading, is different, because the board is actually doing a high frequency trading. All right, so this is what we call HFT, high frequency trading, and the board is actually trading in the spot market itself. All right, so the spot market means you got Binance and Huobi at this moment. So both of these are the spot market. All right, so how does the board trade? The board does differently because of high frequency. So the boy will buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Can you see that? So the board will buy $10 and sell at $10 plus the profit, probably let's say 1%. So the bots buy, sell, take the profit, put back into your spot wallet. The bot will then buy at $10, sell, take the profit, put into your spot wallet. So every time the bot buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, the profit will automatically be transferred into your spot wallet. Please understand that. So the bot doesn't keep your earnings, okay? None of your earnings or revenue is kept in the bot, because the bot is only showing the record of those transactions. That's all. So where is your real money? Your real money or your real earning is actually in the spot wallet itself. Please understand. Now, this is basic, right? This is basic, elementary. Everyone who is getting involved in the SIN strategy must understand that. Or else we have people asking us question, how can I withdraw my my earning or my revenue? You don't have to withdraw, because it is automatically done by the bot. Because remember, the bot cannot access your spot wallet, all right? Because when you do an API integration, you actually prevented, or you did not authorize the bot to touch your withdrawal, right? So the bot cannot withdraw, so the bot cannot touch your fund. So all your fund is secured 100% in your spot wallet. Understand that, okay? This is important. So now, so you see, so the bot will buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So remember, and this is only happening when the market is going up. The bot is only using, let's say, for example, if your first order is $10, so the bot only uses $10. That's all. All right. So $10 buy, sell, $10 buy, sell, $10 buy, sell, $10, and goes up all the way. And then when it goes up at the all-time high, and then the market comes down. Can you see that? The market comes down. Now, this is important. When the market comes down, what happened? Okay, this is very, very important. This is where people actually miss. Okay, they don't understand, oh, when the bond coming down, why the bond is actually taking more money out of my spot wallet. It's not taking more money out, because remember, you have already allocated, right? Example, if you are on JDWINNER, per coin is 155. So you have allocated for the maximum drawdown when the market is going down. Okay, and this is what we call as an auto replenishment, or we call this as an averaging. Let me explain that. So now, please understand, okay, when the market is coming down, okay, this is where we have the martingale strategy, or we call this replenishment during the declining market. All right, so you can see over here, right, when the market comes down. So let's say, for example, the bond has been buying all the way and reaches a certain all-time high, and then we're going to have the bond, the price is going to come down. So when the price is coming down, what happens now? You can see that the bond increases the position through the post-multiple investment method, or what we call a dollar cost averaging. All right, so this is what happened. So when the price is coming down, the bond will now start to buy. Okay, it will start to buy, it will start to do averaging. That's what it meant. All right, it will do an averaging. So it reduces the average holding cost. Okay, your unit quantity start to increase. So it reduced the average holding cost. But what happened to the quantity? Your asset quantity now increases. So that's why before you start to complain that your fund is reducing, why don't you look into the quantity of your asset, whether it is increasing? All right. So now let me just give you a very simple understanding, right? Now, if Bitcoin price is 60,000 and you buy one Bitcoin at 60,000, okay, let's say, for example, okay, you buy one Bitcoin at 60,000. Now, when the Bitcoin price comes down to 30,000, all right, what will be the value? How many Bitcoin will you still have? You will still have one Bitcoin, right? If the price comes down, okay? Now, let's say, for example, when the price comes down to 30,000, and you use the same 60,000 and you buy Bitcoin now at 30,000. This is what we call averaging, right? Dollar cost averaging. So if you buy another 60,000 Bitcoin at 30,000, how many Bitcoin will you have now? You will have 2 Bitcoin. So now 2 Bitcoin at 30,000, 1 Bitcoin at 60,000. The total Bitcoin is how many? 3 Bitcoin. So can you see that when the price goes down and when you do an averaging, you will have more quantity. So now what do? You wait for the price to go up, right? So remember, market is always up and down. What goes down has to go up. What goes up has to come down. That is how crypto market works at the end of it. So now, you bought at 30,000, you did an averaging, right? So now to do an averaging, you need to make sure you have the capital. So that's the reason why we allocated $155 for the averaging. If you are doing JD10X, that is $370, because JDWINNER is 13th margin call, JD10X is 30 margin call, 30. Can you understand that? So that is the reason why. So now, example, okay, we go back to the Bitcoin. So if you have 3 Bitcoin and currently the price is 30,000, imagine when you have done the averaging, right? Your price is no longer 60,000. Your price is no longer 30,000 because now you got 3 Bitcoin. Your price will now be around maybe 45,000. That is an averaging, right? That is an averaging. So now if Bitcoin price goes up above 45,000, you can then sell that Bitcoin and take the profit. You don't have to wait until it goes up to 60,000. Now, this is how dollar cost averaging works. And that understanding or that concept of the averaging now is actually blend into the martingale strategy, where the bot will now do that automatically for you. All right, so I hope you understand that. Okay, so this is important. So now you can see, okay, you can see over here when the market is at the top, the bot will then go, let's say if the price goes down, the bot will do a buy. This is called replenishment or averaging. Now if the market further goes down, it will then have the second buy. This is what we call margin call 1, margin call 2, margin call 3, all the way. So if you are using a JDWINNER, your margin call will be 13. If you are using JD10X, the margin call is 30. So remember, okay, the deeper the margin call, the deeper the drawdown, definitely more the capital required, right? That's important. Now, so if the market further goes down, now you're going to wait for the market to rebound. So when the market rebound, what happened? The bond will then start to take the profit. Can you see that? So this is how the quantitative trading principle works. Now, if you don't have enough sufficient capital of fund, let's say, for example, I tell you that you need 155 for JDWINNER, but you say, no, I only want to put probably $50. Yes, you can do that, but what happened now? The drawdown will not go up to the 13 margin call. The drawdown may actually stop probably at call number 3 or call number 4. That's all. So what happens now? Your profitability will be affected because remember, when the market goes down, your asset quantity will increase. When your asset quantity increase and when the market rebound, what happens to your profit? Your profit will multiply because the price of that asset will actually goes up. All right. So this is an important concept, okay, that we need to understand. So this is the basic understanding of the quantitative trading principle and how it works. Now, so if you look over here, right, we generally need to allocate about not more than 10%. Okay, so if you look into JDWINNER, JD10X, probably is about 3%. Okay, probably is about 3% for the trading, while the remaining 90% or 97% actually to cover the future market decline or what we call the drawdown. So this is where we actually have already allocated the wallet management into the whole strategy. Okay, so please understand. So now, if you look over here, right, uptrend. So the uptrend market only uses probably 3 to 5%. This is your first order. So if your first order is $10, it only uses $10. That's all. So it buy, sell $10, buy, sell $10, buy, sell $10. Okay, and then it reach at the top. Okay, all-time high, and then it goes down. That's why it uses the remaining, okay, of your fund in the declining market, and this is where we have the averaging. Right? So please understand that. So if you look at the whole thing, right, your declining market, the 90% that you allocated actually deliver much greater profit. Okay, but the problem is that you need to wait. Okay, you need to wait for the market to rebound, then you will be able to see those profits. All right, so this is what I call a tactical. Okay, it's more tactical. So when it comes to dollar cost averaging, it is all tactical. It's nothing to do with technical itself. So these are the winning strategy that has been embedded into the bot. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, so please make sure. So if you are new, this is your first time, I think you are blessed. Okay, because you need to understand this information before you get involved, right? Before you get involved. Now let's move on. So now let me just explain to you the difference between JDWINNER and JD10X. Okay, then you can actually make a much better decision which one that you want to actually choose, and it's all depend on your capital. So please understand, guys, please understand. Okay, it all comes back to your capital. The more capital you have, the better sync strategy that you can adopt. The lesser capital you have, you might have to be just feel convenient with those decision that you're going to make. Okay, so let me explain to you. Now here we have, okay, the unique proposition between JDWINNER and JD10X. Let me quickly show you the difference, okay, so that you can basically have a clear perspective how does this whole thing works. Now, in terms of the professional edition, make sure the professional edition for both is on. Okay, you need to on this before you sing the strategy. All right, now some people might have forgotten to on this. Don't worry. All right, even if you already sing, just get into your menu. Okay, you go into your menu, you'll be able to see the professional edition. You just have to answer. There are tests. Okay, those tests are simple tests. They give you even the answer. So just choose any of those answers. Okay, it will then give you the correct answer. Choose the correct answer, and then your professional edition is on. Okay, now some people ask, is it so important to have the professional edition or not? For me, right, actually at the end of it, it doesn't matter. Okay, because at the end of it, it's all depend on the volatility of the coin itself. After years, okay, after like years using the whole bot, right, things are becoming much simpler. Okay, so it's not really an issue. Okay, so please understand that, because when the market is volatile, all right, we want to choose coins that are volatile. So the coins that are volatile, there are coins in the general, there are coins also in the professional edition, is just basically need to have an understanding about the coin and what coin to choose. Okay, so please understand that. Now, in terms of JDWINNER, the sync opening double is off. Okay, so please understand, if you are using JD10X, the sync opening double is actually on. All right. Now, when I say sync opening double, All right,
Uncle John,
sorry.
you're muted.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, Ken.
Okay, sorry, I think my internet dropped for a while. Apologize for that. Okay, let's continue, right? So now what is the difference between the sync opening double, okay, off and on? Okay, so for JD Winner, it is off. Please take note of that. All right, for JD10X, it is basically on. Now, please understand when I say on, right? When you on, example, okay, if you have a first order amount is $10. Now, when the bot opens the first order, it will be double. Okay, $10 plus another $10. So it will be $20. Now, please understand, okay, this is very important, especially when the market is actually uptrend. So when the market is uptrending, you are actually going to make profit double, because your sync opening double is actually on. So if the sync opening double is off, let's say, for example, you're only going to make profit on $10. But here you're going to make profit on $20. All right, so please understand that. So that's how basically a sync opening double works. And that's why in the uptrending market, right, JD10X probably could deliver a much bigger profit because the sync opening double is actually on. Okay, I'm talking about apple to apple comparison. Okay. Now next, okay, sub-bin mode real-time settlement, and for JD10X is also sub-bin mode real-time settlement. I will explain on the sub-bin mode very shortly in the next slide. Okay, so help you to understand what is the difference between a warehouse mode and the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Okay, all right. Now, the other thing is that for JD10X, the margin call is 13. Okay, 13. This is the max. Okay, 13. Right? The reason being is just because of capital. Okay, I will explain that very shortly. And for JD10X, that is basically 30. All right. So you have the options. Okay, whether you want to go for 13 or whether you want to go for 30. Okay, you have the option. So now, so in terms of the margin call is around 25 to 30%. Okay, and normally I monitor the market and I look into the momentum of the market. Okay, the horizon of the market. Okay, to understand when the market actually is moving uptrend or downtrend and so on. Okay, so for JD Winner, we maintain it around 25 to about 30%. So this is basically the drawdown. Okay, please understand. And then for JD10X, it is about 50 to 60%. So can you see that? So if you want a bigger drawdown, okay, a bigger replenishment, then you go for JD10X. If you want a shorter, okay, then you go for JD Winner. Now, in terms of the sync strategy per coin, for JD Winner is 155. Okay, so that's for the maximum drawdown of 25 to 30%. For JD10X, the sync strategy per coin is $370. That is for the drawdown of 50 to 60%. Okay, so now can you see that? So that is the major difference here. So it's up to each individual capital. Okay, so JD Winner is basically designed for low capital, all right, and also for basically an uptrending market. So if the market is really bearish, right, you might actually see a longer floating time compared to JD10X, because JD10X was designed for both the uptrend and downtrend market. All right, so that's basically the unique composition of JD Winner and JD10X. Now, the slippage tolerance are already factored into each of the coin for both. Now, what does that mean? Now, please understand, okay, some people keep asking us a question. Why is it that the company is proposing or recommending 15, the first order amount should be 15, and why are you still using $10? Now, probably we are the only unique circle that are still maintaining $10. The reason being is very simple, okay? Because when we did a back testing, when we study, right, that is what we call a slippage tolerance. Now, slippage tolerance means that if the bot is actually buying at $10 in the spot trading in Binance, it doesn't buy actually $10. It buys $10.60 or sometimes $11. This is what we call a slippage. All right. So now what we have done is that we have actually factored in that slippage. So we have added another 12 to 15% on top of the 13 margin call for each of the coin. So that's the reason why if you go and study, right, you will find out that, hey, I only need $130 actually. Why is it JD Winner need 155? Because we factor in the slippage tolerance. Okay, so please understand that. So we don't really have to follow as what is proposed by the RQ, because we follow as the minimum trading amount, okay, or minimum order of the exchange. So for Binance, the minimum order is still $10 per coin, okay, $10 per order. For Huobi is actually $5, okay, per order. So please understand that, okay. So this is important. So we are basically complying with the exchanges, okay. So this is, and also this will help you to actually have a lower capital. If you go on 15, right, your capital has to be much greater, okay. So please understand that. So this is what makes us actually unique. Now, for optimal results, okay, higher NOC and long-term sync are recommended. These are important. So people always ask us, should I go for higher first order amount or higher NOC? We always advise people higher NOC, because higher NOC will give you higher probability of profitability. Okay, remember the word probability. Okay, there is no guarantee. Okay, so higher NOC, higher number of coins, gives you a higher probability of profitability. And also long term. Why? Because you can't base on 1 month, right? Remember, let's say, for example, if this month is a worst month, right? You cannot take the worst month and say that, okay, the next of the month I'm going to get this result. Probably the next month will be a much better month. Can you see that? So that's the reason why you might need about 2 or 3 months to actually study the scene strategy results and so on. And at the end of it, then you can actually make a decision whether you want to remain with the scene strategy or you want to basically opt out, okay, for other strategies and so on. Now, what we offer here for Binance is 30 coin and Huobi is 30 coin. Okay, so please understand. So if you look into Binance, probably Binance have about 70 over coins. So I will only select 30 best coin based on my judgment, okay, of that coin, okay, and also the market based on the monitoring and analysis of the market. All right, now please understand, okay, that's why people always are happy probably with JD Winner, JD10X, because I frequently swap the coin. I don't actually maintain the coin. We swap the coin very frequently. So I watch the all-time high, I watch the all-time low. I know when to exit certain coins and so on, okay? Now, please understand, sometimes, right, when we do this, you will notice that you will notice that your coins are also swapping, all right? Your coins are also swapping, which is good, okay? Which is good because we want the coin to get swapped most of the time. But sometimes you may notice that, okay, your coin doesn't swap because your coin can be there, is already floating. So if your coins are already floating, even though if I change the coin, that doesn't mean your coin will change, okay? Because you are still in the floating loss. Please understand that, okay? Because if I swap and it actually also swap yours, how can the bot close your position in losses, right? It doesn't make sense. Remember, the bot will never close any of the position in losses. The bot will only close your position once the cycle completed, okay, in profit. Okay, so please understand that. Now, recommended, okay, this is a very important recommendation. We always recommend that you use BNB coin or Huobi token, okay, as your exchange fee. Now, this is where a lot of the confusion that is taking place in the scene strategy, because when you look into your bot, right, remember your bot have certain fees that you need to pay, all right? Now, when it comes to the trading, right, when the bot actually take the profit, remember, you have to pay 20% for the fuel fee. And then you have 1% for the strategy fee. So the total 21% will be deducted from your asset wallet. Okay, remember that, okay? Now, there is one more fee that probably some of you don't really know. So we have what we have a fee which we call the taker and the maker fee, which is the exchange fees. All right, so please understand that. So now the exchange fees, okay, if you look into Binance and Huobi, Binance is charging you 0.1 for taker and 0.1 for the maker fee. Then you have Huobi, which is 0.2 and 0.2 for taker and 0.2 for the maker fee. All right, now please understand, 0.1% of the taker fee is from the order amount, not from the profit. So if you calculate that to your profit, that is 10%. All right, that is 10% buy, 10% sell, so that is 20%. So now you are paying 21%, okay, 20% for the fuel fee, 1% for the strategy fee, and 20% for Binance. Can you understand me? This is important for you to know. So you are roughly paying about 40% every time you make a profit. You are paying 40% as a fee. All right. So this is important. So if you really want to know more, please, okay, get into my Telegram group, or probably, the admin can put up those links, okay, from the Telegram group. Get into my YouTube channel, okay, so that you can understand how you can use BNB as your fee. Because if you use BNB, for example, you can save, okay, you can actually save your fees by another 5%. Now, so this is where the confusion, right? So what is the confusion here? Most of you are using USDT as your fee. So if you use your USDT, so let's say, for example, right, one coin is 155, and then you realize, hey, why is it that my coin value is reducing? By right, I should be making more because of the profit, but it's reducing because you didn't consider that there is a fees deducted by Binance, and that fees is deducted from your USDT. So that's the reason why we encourage, okay, and we recommend that you don't use USDT as your fee, use Binance as your fee. So in that manner, your USDT is not disrupted. Because if your USDT amount is actually going down because you are paying the fees, then what happened? You cannot go maximum 13 margin call. Probably the bot will stop, okay, replenish at 12 margin call. Can you understand me? So this is the reason why you have to make sure that you factor in BNB as a fee. Okay, please understand that. Okay, so please watch, okay, those videos. I think the link will be given, or you can actually find it in the Telegram, or you can get into my YouTube channel, Wealth Makers Alliance, and you will be able to get, okay, I think there are two videos there. One is how you can actually convert, okay, how you can actually activate BNB fees. Okay, and also convert the dust. Remember, there are dust. Okay, these are dust from the slippage. Okay, these are basically the spillover. You will have the dust. All right, and you can convert the dust into BNB to pay the fees. Okay, that's the beauty of it. Can you see that? So use the dust. Okay, use the dust to pay the BNB fees. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, so please go and watch those videos. All right, so I hope you understand, guys. This is important. Probably, right? Probably many of you don't know because the person who actually introduced you don't really explain to you, and you think that, oh, the bot is only charging 20%, so I am fine, okay, everything is good. And then when you start to sync strategy, you realize that, hey, why is it that my USDT is reducing more than what I thought? Because you did not factor in the exchange fees. Okay, so please understand. Okay, come on, guys, where in the world exchange give you for free, right? All the exchanges will definitely charge you. And exchanges always have what we call a taker and a maker fee when come to the spot trading. Okay, so please understand. I hope you are blessed. Okay, these are important. That's why AMA sessions are important, because this is where you can actually get to understand what is in my mind. Okay, and all this perspective and knowledge and insights into the trading industry itself. Okay, this is very important. All right, now let me explain to you how does the warehouse mode and the sub-bid mode works, and the comparison. Okay, how does these things practically apply for JDWINNER and JD10X? Now, please understand, right? If you look over here, right, we have a warehouse. Okay, remember your buy. Okay, the call number 1, call number 2, call number 3, call number 4. Now, all these are considered as what we call a warehouse mode. Now, what does that mean? Okay, what does the warehouse mode mean? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 is considered as one block. I will explain to you shortly how does that work. Now, anything that is beyond than the call number 4, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way down, is considered as a sub-bid mode. All right. Now, let's say, for example, right, you just sync strategy, and the moment you sync, you see that the bot is buying. And now it's actually triggering call number 1, call number 2, call number 3, call number 4, and goes down all the way, let's say, to 13 to margin call. Now, when it hit the 13 margin call, the bot will stop replenishing because your total drawdown is only up to 13 margin call. So that simply means the bot actually protects your capital from further replenishment. All right. So this is important so that your capital will not get depleted. Remember, you might have other coins running at the same time. All right. So we don't want the bot to keep depleting your fund. So that's the reason why we stop at 13th margin call. Now, when you hit the 13th margin call, what happened? All right, the bot will stop replenishing. So now if the market goes further down, you have to wait. So you wait for the market to come up and he hit the 13 margin call. The bot will now take the profit only for the 13, not for the whole thing. All right, please understand, only the 13, because 13 is considered as a sub-bid, or what we call a sub-block. It's an independent block by itself. All right, so if 13, right, the bot buy at $10, the bot only closes at $10 and take that 1% profit. And then the market goes up to 12. It will then close the 12 and take the profit, goes to 11, goes to 10, all the way up to the 5th. Now watch what happened. Once it hit the 5th, right, it goes to the 4th. The 4th is the whole warehouse. So the moment the bot hit the 4th call, it closes 4, 3, 2, 1, one shot, because this is considered as one block. All right, so I hope you understand how these things work. Okay, so that's the reason why some people, right, they ask us, okay, why is it the bot hit my 13 call and it never closes everything? Because it is what we call a sub-bid mode. All right, now the sub-bid mode, there are two types. One is the real-time settlement and the other one is a non-real-time. Now we use a real-time because every time the bot closes, we want the bot, okay, to actually account the profit immediately in the real time. All right, so we don't want to wait. Now, if you don't choose the real-time settlement, what happened? Although it hit 13, right, the fees are taken, but the profit is not realized yet. So the bot will wait until all the 13 margin call close one whole cycle, then only the profit will be credited into your spot wallet. We don't want that to happen. All right, because if that happens, right, you already wasted your fund, because if your fund can immediately accounted for and goes into your spot wallet, it can then start to use to replenish other coins and so on. All right, so that is, I hope you understand how that warehouse mode and the sub-bid mode works here. Okay, now let's look into the difference between JDWINNER and JD10X. Now for JDWINNER, remember we have 13th margin call. A trading fund is about 155 per coin. Now, this is, as I mentioned, right, low startup, okay, low startup. So if you are someone who have a smaller capital, that you might want to go for the lower startup. But remember, with a lower startup, definitely you'll have a shorter drawdown, which is about 13th margin call, 25 to 30%. Now, if you opt for JD10X, JD10X margin call is 30. And definitely the trading fund, you need about 370 per coin. And this is for the higher startup capital because you need a wider drawdown. Now, please understand, okay? So it's all depend, going back to your capital, right? So as I always mention, right, you as a customer or as a user, if you go to basically a retail shoe shop, for example, and you see a branded shoe, let's say it's a Nike shoe selling at certain price, okay, let's say at $200 per shoe. And then you look into another brand, which is not really branded, and that gives you, and that shoe is only $50. Now, the retail owner then comes to you and say, sir, if you buy the $50, this shoe is only guaranteed for 3 months. So that simply means if within that 3 months, okay, and thereafter there is no guarantee, and that simply means that shoe will not last long. But then the Nike shoe, on the other hand, can last you for 2 years. Now, you as a user, you decide, right, based on your capital, based on the fund that you have, whether you want to go for the Nike, which lasts for 2 years, or whether you're going to be basically, settled down for the cheaper, which is basically a $50 that can last you for 3 months. Now, it's the same thing over here, guys. So that's the reason why I always tell you guys, okay, you need to decide based on your capital, whether you want a shorter drawdown or whether you want a wider drawdown. All right, so that makes a difference when the market is coming down so that you can have a much better replenishment compared to the shorter. Now, a shorter drawdown here basically is good for the uptrending market. All right, so because we didn't have a much wider, the margin call is only about 25 to 30%. But for JD10X, the margin call is about 50 to 60%. All right. So please, okay, this is important. And I hope you have read the disclaimer. Okay. So you decide as a user and you say, okay, all right, based on my capital, I'm going to go for the shorter drawdown, which is 155 per coin. And then what happened when the market goes down? Now, please watch, okay? When the market goes down and hit your maximum 30th margin call, and then the market go down further, this is where, right, you need to have the patience, okay? You need to have the patience to wait for the market to rebound. Can you understand me? So it's like you are buying that cheaper shoe, right? You buy the shoe and 3 months, it is gone. Now you need to have the patience to actually save money once again in order for you to buy probably a better shoe. It's the same thing, right? So I'm just giving you some example, okay, so that you can relate this very well, or else, right, you'll be starting to complain and say that, oh, I joined the JD winner and now I'm in the floating loss. Yes, because you paid for 155 and you agreed for the margin call to be at about 25 to 30%. Okay, you have agreed that. Okay, please understand. That's why I say go and read the disclaimer before you sync strategy. Okay, this is very important. Now, the next recommendation is that you can even sell manually, right? So some people, right, they don't have patience. They don't want to wait for the market to rebound. So what you can do, if you really cannot wait, you can sell at your own discretion. Please understand, because when you sell manually, you are going to sell at loss. The bot will never sell your position at loss. All right, that's why the bot will wait. The bot will wait for the price to rebound in order to close that in profit. All right. So now, so that is your second recommendation. The third recommendation is that, see, while you actually having that floating loss, if you have excess capital, okay, you can actually sync with other coins. Okay, you can open up few more other coins, either with JDWINNER or JD10X if you have excess fund. So now, while it is already bottom, right? So you open new coin, the new coin will be generating profit, while you are waiting for the remaining coin that is currently floating to actually rebound. All right. So it's all depend if you have excess capital to do so. All right. So this is basically the most important differentiation and the unique proposition between JDWINNER and JD10X. Okay. So I hope that is clear, right? So if any one of you have bigger capital, let's say you have 370 per coin, all right, you got few $1,000 and you want to sync, definitely, okay, you can actually choose JD10X so that you can have a wider drawdown, okay? Or some of you say, oh, it doesn't matter, market is going to uptrend, I'm not going to put more capital into JD10X, but I'm going to put into JDWINNER because the market already bottomed. Then you can actually go for JDWINNER, okay? So please understand, okay? So you have to compare what best for you, okay, based on your capital and based on your expectation, okay? So please understand. So now this is basically the coin selection matrix for JDWINNER. Now, please, guys, please, once you are in the Telegram group, all right, please make sure to read the welcome message and also click the link that we have put that in the welcome message, because it will then bring you to a further detailed insights and information. Okay, so the coin selection matrix links are there, everything is there, all the informations are given. Make sure, okay, that you follow exactly based on your capital. So you can see in the coin selection matrix, you got your trading capital. So for example, let's say if you have $1,100, all right, and your first order amount is $10, your number of coins or number of strategy, right, this is the pieces, will be 7 pieces. So this is a very simple tab table, okay, that you can actually follow, and make sure you abide by this table at all times. This is so important, all right? And make sure you read all the important notes, okay, that has been written in that coin selection matrix. Now, this is for JDWINNER and this is for JD10X. So you can see that, okay, it's completely different because the trading capital, the first order amount, and the number of coins or number of strategies are basically different based on the drawdown, okay, based on the drawdown. Now, in terms of the sync strategy, right, both of these have a same step, okay, it's actually a same step, but the only thing that is different is number 9, where one is actually off, okay, sync opening double is off, and for JD10X, the sync opening double is actually on, okay, so that's basically the major difference. Now this is important, okay, I have to do this every week because I want to remind you guys that in this volatile market, right, you need to make sure you are in full control of your sync strategy. All right. So we have a sync strategy recommendation for volatile market, So before you sync strategy, okay, make sure you adopt to any of these recommendations. This is very important because the market is too volatile. I don't want you to get frustrated after you sync strategy and you are no longer in control. Right? Now, before you sync strategy, make sure you are in full control. So here we have 3 recommendations. Right? The first recommendation is the wallet management, and the recommendation here is probably 50-50. Okay, you can have your own way to control the wallet management, but this is just a recommendation. Please take note of that. Now, what do I mean by wallet management? Now, for example, right, initial sync with 50% of trading fund. Example, if your capital is 1,550, you could actually sync 10 coins for JDWINNER. Now, but due to volatility, you may only want to sync 50%, which is 5 NOC or number of coins initially. So this is what we meant by wallet management. Now, can you see that you can actually decide this, right? Why should you actually go all out at the beginning? You don't have to. Now, currently Bitcoin price at 37, right? Now, how sure you are Bitcoin price will stay at 37? How if the Bitcoin price goes down to 25,000? Can you see that? So isn't that wise if you only put in 50% first and then you wait if the market further goes down, then you can actually activate the remaining 50%. All right. Now, so when the first 5 coins hit the max margin call threshold of 13 for JDWINNER and for JD10X is 30. Okay, remember that. And declines further during the bearish market, users now can sync the remaining 50%, and in this example is 5 number of coins. Can you see that? Isn't that brilliant? All right. So the timing to sync is up to your own discretion. Okay, you can't be asking me or the sync owner because we don't know when did you sync. Okay, because remember, everyone sync at a different timing. So that's the reason why we cannot give any kind of indication when is all-time high, when is all-time low, because we don't know when does users actually sync, because everyone sync at a different timing. Okay, so please understand. Now, in this manner, right, while you're waiting for the first initial 5 coins to rebound, users will be generating profit with the newly synced 5 coins. Okay, now please understand. Okay, there's a disclaimer here. This does not guarantee that market won't decline further. All right, so please understand that. Okay, now above technique may not be applicable for users with a smaller capital or number of coins. Okay, so if you have a higher number of coins, let's say you got 10 number of coins, you might want to do 50-50, right? But if you only have 1 coin, you can't do much about it, right? You only can do 1. Okay, so please understand. Now, the second recommendation is that you can actually exit all the positions once market reaches certain all-time high. All right, and then you can resync again once market actually bottom. Now, this is brilliant. Now, are you in control of this? Yes, you can actually do it yourself. You do not need the sync owner to do that. All right. So now, how does these things work? Now, sync user may exercise to cancel sync and switch all coin to one shot at certain market all-time high. Thereafter, wait for the market to decline or bottom and then resync. Now, let me just explain to the team very, very clearly. Okay, now, please understand, once you have synced, all right, once you have synced and you want to unsync, okay, let's say you want to exit all the position. The rule is very simple. You need to cancel sync and put all the coin into one shot. Now, please understand, the bot, okay, the bot understand the moment you cancel sync, the bot will actually wait for all the coin to become profitable, and then the bot will close it and no new coin will be opened up. Now, some people misunderstand. They think that if they put one shot without canceling the sync, the bot will then close that coin that they have selected one shot. It will never happen. The bot will continue to buy new coin. Why? Because you didn't cancel the sync. And remember, right, the limitation we have here is this: you cannot cancel sync for individual coin. You cannot select the coin. See, when you want to exit, you only can exit all the coins. You cannot choose which coin you want to exit. So please understand that. All right. So now, if you don't cancel and you actually switch from cycle to one shot, the bot will not recognize your decision because the bot only recognizes the scene strategy owner's setting. Okay, so please understand. Okay, so don't be too smart. Okay, don't be too smart. Follow the instruction. That's why in the Telegram, we have an FAQ. When people ask us and they want to know how to exit, we will give you the detailed FAQ and make sure you follow the instruction. All right. So if you want to exit, make sure you exit all. Okay. You can't select which coin you want to exit. Okay. So please understand. So you exit all, and thereafter you can actually activate one or two coins that you are interested. Right. So you can do that later on. Okay. So please understand. Now, this process could be done repeatedly. Okay. At users' convenience and market volatility. Now, there are no hard rules. Okay. Users may decide all-time high or all-time low based on their own knowledge and market insight. Okay, so don't ask me. Okay, I will never be able to tell you guys because everyone sing at a different time. All right, so please understand, not necessarily, okay, the coin that I'm currently running, you are running it because I may already exited. But you can be still running those coins because you are still in the floating. I may not be in the floating because I'm swapping my coin all the time. That's why people have a misconception. Why is it JDWINNER and JD10X results are quite consistent? Why is it my results are not getting there, although I'm using the same capital? Because I am trading live. You are not trading live. So how can you compare your sync strategy with me? Because I am not sync. I am the sync owner. I am the one who is trading. So I am trading. I am swapping the coin most of the time. So definitely my results as the sync owner will be much better than your result because I am swapping the coin while you are actually in floating loss. All right. So I hope you can get this. Okay, this is important. Now the third recommendation. Now this is very important, guys. You can actually do this on your own. Okay, so let me explain to you. Especially when the market is moving sideways. All right, you can actually adopt this recommendation. Now, user may monitor their trades and decide to manually take profit at any time. So recommendation is when the return rate is above 0.6 or higher, okay? And the margin call probably already lapsed like above 4, okay? Like 5, 6, and so on, all right? Now, so if you look over here, right? For example, right? If you look into your bot, you will see something like this. If you press each of the coin, right? You tap the coin, you will go into the next page. It will show you in this manner. Now, in this example, you can see the number of calls is 5 and the return rate is 0.6%. All right. Now, you can see the position amount here is $81 and the quantity is 33. Now, you can see over here, right? 0.6%. So now, imagine, right? If the market is moving sideways and currently you are already profiting at 0.6%, but the bot is not going to close that because remember, since strategy means the bot will wait 1.2% or 1.25% to trigger the profit. So it might not really happen, right? Because it is only 0.6, 0.7 or 0.8% profit. So what can you do? You can actually go and click the sell button and you can manually sell at that profit amount. Isn't that awesome, right? So you can actually decide this on your own, okay? You can do that. But this is only for those of you who are actively monitoring your trade, okay? Because I know some of you since strategy and you forget about the whole thing, right? But remember, when the market is less volatile and the market is moving sideways, you can actually adopt this recommendation. Now, when trades are closed manually, okay, you manual sell only at profit. Remember, okay, don't sell at loss. Bot will automatically replenish or execute new coins automatically. So users are not required to select the coins. Bot will pick the coins randomly as specified by the scene strategy. So now what happened? You close that, right? So if you look over here, right? Let's say, for example, you sell and you now have made a profit of 0.6%. And what happens? 0.6% of $81. Can you see that? Now, this is brilliant. So what happens now? Your $81 returns back into your spot wallet, and the bot will now open a new coin at $10. Now, you have an excess of $70 sitting in your spot wallet for the rest of the replenishment. Isn't that brilliant? All right. So this is one way, right? You can actually adopt. Any one of you can do that, right? So now, continuous and consistent exercise of this technique could realize improved profitability, especially during the less intensity market momentum, when the market is actually moving sideways. Now, the whole idea is to keep replenishing fund into spot wallet for fresh trade to take place, instead allowing that fund to be locked in the trade for a long period. Now, imagine, right? If you don't take at 0.6, right, $81 is going to get locked there for a long time. You can get frustrated, all right? So anytime you see it's above 0.6 or beyond, right, you can actually manually intervene and take the profit, all right? So I hope this recommendation is a brilliant recommendation that you can adopt. And remember, all the three recommendations is a recommendation that you as a sync strategy can be in full control. So you do not need the sync owner actually to control that. You can be in full control, right? So this is important. So if you see you're already floating, right? Remember, you cannot do manual replenishment when you are in the sub-bin mode and it is floating. Please, let me repeat that once again. Do not perform manual replenishment when you are actually in floating losses under sub-bin mode. Manual replenishment is only applicable for warehouse mode, not sub-bin mode. All right, please understand, So if you're doing for the manual replenishment for the sub-bin mode, it will never take effect because the bot read your average from the warehouse mode, not your sub-bin mode. All right, so don't waste your bullet. So what you can do when you are at a sub-bin mode is that wait for it to become blue. Let's say it turns 0.6, 0.7%. You can close, all right? Now, the beauty of the manual profit taking is that even, if let's say it is at margin call 13, and you see that it is already 0.6 or 0.7, and you close it manually, it will close everything one shot, all right? That's the beauty about the manual profit taking. But if you wait for the bot, to follow the sync strategy, it will only close the 13, not the 12, 11. But if you do the manual, it will close everything. All right. So I hope that is clear. So this is brilliant recommendation that any one of you can start to actually use it. Please take note of this. Now, last but not least, you guys know that apart from the bot, please understand. Some people really they don't really clear, right, what is really going on. The bot belongs to Royal Quantitative. It doesn't belong to John David. It's not belong to Dr. John David, JDWINNER, or JD10X. JDWINNER, JD10X is only a sync strategy provider leveraging the bot. Now, apart from the bot, remember, I myself is a trader. I've been basically doing leverage trading for many years. All right. So I have what I call a strategy JD100X leverage. Is a gamified leverage trading. So now, please understand that any one of you who is connected with JDWINNER or JD10X, you have the privilege, if you want to learn how to do your own leverage trading. All right. So this is where I provide mentorship program where you can actually attend this mentorship program. So please understand this mentorship program is going on every month. So you will be in my special exclusive private Telegram group where you will get the mentorship directly from me and the insight into the market, the forecast into the market, and so on. And you're going to stay with me up to the end of the year 2022 December. All right. So we have already completed the first batch, the second batch. We have about 130 over participants currently doing the mentorship program. And we also have the March intake. And please understand the March intake. There's only one day left. Tomorrow is actually the closing day by end of the day tomorrow. So you have today and tomorrow. If you're really interested, and those of you who already sent an email, all right, please, if you are deciding, please make sure that I think that Andy, our program coordinator would have sent you the detail with the fees and so on. So make sure, that you have to do everything possible because by tomorrow, okay, end of the day, we will be closing the intake for the March intake. I think we have a good number for the March already. All right, so there's just about 2 more days left. Okay, so make sure to take advantage of this. And once we close this intake, I think next week I will announce the upcoming intake for the month of April. Okay, so please take note. All right, so this is going to be a brilliant leverage trading, because I'm going to basically hold your hand and teach you exactly how to do leverage trading without technical analysis. All right, because I don't use technical analysis in my trading. And I think some of you probably have seen my video that I posted in the group today, how I actually accumulated 0.14 over Bitcoin, which is about close to about $6,000 up to the 14th of March, which is just in 2 weeks time. All right, so apart from, okay, please understand, guys, you can actually learn this skill. Any one of you can actually do a leverage trading, and I'm teaching leverage trading on 1 minute. Okay, so we are doing a 1 minute leverage trading. All right, and please take note, there is a 10% discount. All right, so make sure that if you are registering, if you are going to join the March intake, you will be enjoying the 10% discount. Okay, so I hope you are blessed with the AMA session today. All right, truly want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for making the time, okay, to attend this session. We have this every single week. We just want to make sure that we interact with you, communicate with you, and also, right, to be able to hear if you have any kind of questions or anything that you would like me to clarify. And also you have, okay, that direct communication with me and also the rest of the admin in this group. All right, so I would like to say thank you so much. I'll open up this session. If you have any questions, you can do so. Okay, probably you can raise your hand. There is a virtual hand, I think, at the bottom there. You can raise your hand, and if you want to ask any question, you can do so. Or if you really can't put your video up, you might want to put in the chat. You can do so, and I will try my best, okay, to answer your question. So I hope you were blessed, and thank you so much for being part of this presentation. Okay, God bless each and every one of you. Okay, great, awesome. Let me just see what we have here in the chat room. Okay, great. Yes, Bravo, are you there? Yes, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hi, greetings to you.
Yeah, I think the 155, and I want to add more USDT to my thinking, so I don't know how to do it. And second question, the BNB you were talking about, how do I go about this? So that's
okay, I think the BNB you can actually send what to say, just put it up in the Telegram group. The admin will give you the link so that you can watch the video and understand how to do that. And also for your first question, you want to add more coins, so you can actually put that question up in the Telegram group. The admin will then give you the detailed step-by-step guide to do that. Okay, so make sure, are you in the Telegram group?
Yes, I'm in the Telegram group.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, thank you, Bravo. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, anyone else that would like to ask? I think we have Binance fee just 0.1%. Yes, it's 0.1% of your order amount. Please understand, okay? Order amount, not profit. Binance fee is 0.1% taker fee and 0.1% maker fee. What does that mean? When the bot buys 0.1% of the order amount, when the bot sells 0.1% of the sell amount. Okay, so please go and check. Okay, check. You can actually find out the detail in Binance. Okay, if you go under the spot trading, you'll be able to see the detail. They got all the details about the fees and so on. Okay, so it is 0.1%, okay, of your USD amount, whether you use BNB or what. They charge on 0.1% of the order amount. This is where most people confuse. Order amount, not profit. Okay, now for the bot, your sync strategy fee, okay, the fuel fee and the strategy fee is on your profit, not your order amount. Okay, crazy, right? If you charge 20% of the order amount, I think none of us want to do any kind of business with Royal Quantitative. Okay, so please understand that. All right. So if you convert 0.1% of the order amount and you convert that and you actually calculate back to the profit, actually it's about 10%. All right, it's about 10% of the profit. So it is actually quite high if you use USDT. So one way you can do that, use BNB. Actually, you can save 5%. Okay, 5% from every transaction. Okay, that is huge. Okay, that is huge. All right, awesome. Okay, great. I hope you guys are blessed. Any other questions? Any other clarification? Or any other compliment do you guys have? Probably you can put up in the chat room. Are you all really blessed with the presentation today? Is this good time to sing? I cannot give you an answer. All right. I think you have seen the market perspective I've shared with you. So you make the decision. And even if you sing, right, remember there is a recommendation that I've given. So you choose whether you want to do a 50-50 wallet management or 30-70 wallet management. Is up to you. All right. I think the best that we can do is to give you the recommendation. Okay, because if I tell you you can sing now, and if things goes wrong, you will blame that Dr. John is the one told me to sing, right? So let's not make that mistake here, okay? Let's not do that, okay? So you decide your own based on the information that you have, and then you follow the recommendation that we have given to you. So you are in full control of your own decision. I think that's the best, all right? So I hope that is fine. All right, awesome. Okay, I think, okay, guys, if you are blessed with this information, with this presentation, probably you can put in the chat room, all right? I think we're going to just continue to do this and provide this insight to the team as we go on, okay, week by week, okay? That will be really awesome. But please make sure watch this month. This month will be quite a crucial month for the crypto market, especially for Bitcoin. I'm only concerned about Bitcoin, okay, because the rest of it is shit coins, okay. I'm only concerned more about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is where the real value is because of the adoptions of Bitcoin for the past 13 years. The rest of the coin, all right, they can just wait and come close to Bitcoin at this moment. But please understand what happens to Bitcoin is going to affect a lot of the coins, all right. So you have to be very smart, okay. And also please be very careful. Don't put your money into a lot of these NFTs. Don't put your money into a lot of these DeFi's, a lot of these tokens, okay? A lot of these tokens have no real value, no real tokenomics. You have to be very careful, okay? And you must really understand who are the people behind it so that you don't lose your money, okay? So the reason why we teach JD10X leverage trading, because you control your own capital. You don't put your money into another person's hand, all right? That's all. As long as your money is with you, you are fine. But the moment you put your money into another company, you put your money into another ROI program, you are gone. You are gone, my friend. Okay, so please be very careful. So when Bitcoin price is coming down, you're going to have a lot of this ROI program. And then when Bitcoin price goes up, this ROI program will exit. All right. So please be very careful. Okay, don't put your money into all this ROI program. Okay, why don't just learn your own skill, learn how to trade your own, control your own capital? Isn't that awesome? So that's why we use Royal Quantitative, because our fund is 100% in Binance. All right. Some people ask me, who is the owner of Royal Quantitative? What is the reason you want to know the owner? Is the owner holding your money? No, your money is in Binance. Why don't you ask who is the owner of Binance? Can you see that? So this is important. So I don't really care who owns Royal Quantitative because my money is not there at all. My money is 100% in Binance. So I am more concerned about the security and the privacy of my money in Binance, not in Royal Quantitative, because Royal Quantitative is only a board where I can see the transactions and the record of my trading. That's all. But my fund is not there. All right. So don't unnecessarily worry about who is the owner and so on. It doesn't going to help you. Even if you know the owner is not going to help you, right? So please understand, okay? Because your money is not there. Your money is in your own wallet, okay? Which is your it's actually a custodial wallet. All right. The thing that you need to worry is about the custodial wallet and non-custodial wallet. Okay. Please understand that. All right. So with that, I would like to say thank you so much, guys. Truly appreciate you having on board. We will catch up again next week. All right. Same time, same day. Okay. So we take care. Let me unmute you all. If you would like to say goodbye, that will be awesome. Okay. You can say goodbye. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. We will catch up again. God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.